Hello YouTube, this is Vacuum Man 8 today, and today we're just going to do Vintage Week, the conclusion. Just going to let you know how this classic, or I would call this, is it a vintage machine or is it retro? Well, it was released in 1994, so it's 25, it is practically almost 25 years old. Yeah, so this one's done a great job. I've actually polished this one up a little bit. I think last time I used furniture polish on it, so I've just used a coat of polish and got applied it by hand as much as I could, and then I used one of them lamb's wool sort of buffers and sort of cleaned it up. But you know, it's not too bad. I mean, there's a few marks here, which is from the furniture. They say it's in pretty good condition. This has all been caused by being stuck under your furniture, things like that. It's quite a common fault with them, really. But this one runs pretty good. Not so, I wouldn't say it's A1. It doesn't run at A1 condition. I've had to strip the brush roll down just to try and make it run a little bit smoother. It wasn't greasing bearings up. It was fairly easy. They actually use the same bearings almost right through the Hoovers from like 1940s right up to, you know, the 90s really, before they started making them cheap. Now this one is what you call a proper Hoover Turbo Power 2 actually. The later ones, they just made them cheaper and cheaper. Very much like when you compare the first generation and second generation, third generation turbo powers. When they got to the fourth one, they started like mysteriously forgetting to put the cord hooks on the bottom and things like that, and taking all the little lights off it. So this one is a Hoover Turbo Power 1000, top of the range model at the time. I do believe it also has Autosence and the PERMABAG. The PERMABAG is done pretty well. So before we get on with the video, I'm going to actually show you how much stuff this thing has actually accumulated in the week, and you'll be very. It's got all sorts, and we're going to do a little demo of it, showing the turbo, well, the Autosence in action, really. I did find with it as well, got a couple of nice little touches to it. So it's like a total system, so it's all attached to the machine. You literally just undo this pole here, and you've got the sort of this bit here. You could put a crevice tool on it. One thing I did find, it was missing a soft dusting brush like you have on the turbo powers, but the first generation and second generation turbo powers, I felt that these tools are really good. This one was a little bit too hard, so this would be more suitable for your upholstery and maybe your stairs, you know, things like that. And this one would be like more of a bed tool. And then it's got a short crevice tool, and then it's also got one of the best crevice tools on the market to me. This comes out, okay, out like that. There, so you got an extension, and you got this crevice tool here, one of the best ones to me on the market. Very, very long. And the other thing you can do with this one, you can either fit this tool directly on there, or you can, because it's got the little grooves in here, look, I'll just show you quickly. Can't see it, so you can see it there, look. So this will fit on the end of that one. Stair cleaning, I managed to get up to 3/4 of the way up the stairs quite easily, but then I haven't got masses of stairs. I think I've got 13, which is about average. I think it's 13 steps on mine. And then what I would have had to do, I would have had to then unplug it and then sort of go sort of like plug it in from the top and go down. The problem with doing that is it might pull it down the stairs, so you'd have to have it like sideways. I hope it's not going to fall down. So yeah, so this one, it's got a very, you can't really see it because the weather's so bad out there. It's got a really smart finish to this one. It's like a speckle. There, you can see it here, look. Very, one of the nicest finishes I've ever seen on a vacuum. You know, even better than the Turbo Masters for finish. The other PERMABAG had the burgundy one. So this is 1,000 watts. It is what we would call a smart vacuum. So it was groundbreaking, I think, really, when you think about it. I don't think they were the original people that actually did this. Autosence, I think Eureka had a system as well in the US. So it senses the dirt and it powers up and down. So it mainly runs up to medium, and then it goes to the low. And then when there's a lot of dirt going through, it powers itself up, and then you've got the boost mode. So it's very similar to the Dyson V11. So yeah, so what we'll do now, we'll give this one a quick demo, and then we'll get some dirt on the carpet, just showing you the Autosence function on it. And the thing is, I think the problem with this one was it was against this, even though this one looked quite old-fashioned compared with the Dyson DC01, it had more tricks on it. And I think really, if it had come out, say, I don't know, if it come out like 5 years ago, I think they would have done a lot better. They actually bought it out at the wrong time, but they were thinking about energy saving back in the 90s, really. And the other thing I'm going to quickly show you, the comparison with the modern equivalent. So we'll get a modern equivalent and just compare them there in design. I would say it's a modern equivalent to this one. They're both clean air. Very similar in design. Up there's the Siebel. Siebels were first produced in the late 70s, and they're still going strong today. And there's your Hoover TURBOPOWER 2. So the Siebel actually I don't think it actually used to look 100% like this, but it was very similar. And this is, like you say, the modern equivalent. Even when you look at the way the cable goes from there at the back, and this one goes from there to there. So yeah, and like I say, this one has an automatic adjusting head, ideal for carpets. Like I say, no, didn't they? No. So that's the automatic, and this one has got the Autosence function. So there's the modern equivalent to this one. What we're going to do now, we're going to show this vacuum has had a right hammering this week, and I'm going to be honestly with you. And I'm going to show you how much. I've actually had to part empty this PERMABAG. Carl's been in a bit of a mood for shredding up stuff, so there was lots of grinded pasta in this one. So I'm actually going to show you what this poor old vintage Hoover's had to put up with for the week. And, you know, I don't think the Dyson would even with a coat. Yeah, so that's a little bit. That's come from the top.
That is actually, what do you call it? Ball bombs.
Ball bombs. So we've had ball bombs as well. So it's pretty clean in there.
And you got a piece of pasta.
They're not 100%. The problem with this PERMABAG is you got two clips here. When I first
Just want to get that piece of pasta off there.
Alright.
We can put that on that piece of paper.
Yeah, the problem is with these, if this is not clipped in properly at the top, and this is, you know, getting on a bit now, so the clips, you could also...
It's heavy.
You could also put a standard. I could have used a fibre bag in it, but we wanted to use the PERMABAG.
It's actually heavy as hell.
Yeah, so we'll get this one undone and see what we got. Yeah, so what we'll do now, we'll just get this one undone. It's pretty tight. That's the issue with that one.
Because it's filled with dirt. There we go.
Now we'll have to get this one.
It's freaking filled. God, it's got two big rods in the middle.
There's two rods in there. So, as you can see, look, this is pretty.
Little plastic.
So that's that bit there. The hair is supposed to stick to this. Is that right?
Yeah, I think.
So that's basically how the PERMABAG works, and we're just going to see how much this thing has picked up in a normal week of Vacuum Man 8 on half-term luck, and we're still. So there we have it. Now that is a hell of a lot of stuff. Look at that, look. We're going to get the view from this one, look. So it has picked fluff up. You know, that's a hell of a lot of dirt. There is a lot of pasta and that in there as well.
Where's my coin?
Oh, we'll get that in a minute. There's popcorn in it as well. There's sweet paper, so it's that's all gone right through. I think these went through the hose.
No, I popped it.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I took that out.
So what we'll do, we'll empty this one now. And we'll get this one ready for the demo. I've emptied this one. I'm actually going to use some of the dirt and dust to redo the demo. Yeah, so what we're going to do now, we're going to see how well this vintage Hoover TurboPower 1000, which was literally a well-built machine. After about 94, the build quality went down on them. That's why a lot of collectors don't really collect the TurboPower 2s too much, because the quality went down. So, and I mean, there was other brands that actually had decent vacuums. So what we're going to do now, we'll switch this one on just to demonstrate the Autosence. Now it's on the medium, and then it goes on to the low. What we're going to do now, it's on the low setting, look. Ah, yeah. Put it on the 2 then. Right. It's powering itself up now, look. Keep going then. No, go on. Yes, even though it's a nice new rug, I'm still putting the junk down on it. It's not always about how much suction you got, it's about the agitation on it. It does clean very well indeed, actually. Yeah, it's done a good job, this one. But incredibly as well, I'm going to have to use this one for another day, because as you can see, look, my filters, they're not under, I don't think they're dry enough. I've actually washed these on Wednesday. We had some pretty nasty, we had some nasty weather, so I had them out on the line. I think I'll put them out on the line in between the rain. This one from the 360i is probably the worst one to actually clean and dry, because it's so small.
You buy 2.
I'm very surprised, and I'm going to have to say that if you are going to spend £500 or £400 plus on a Dyson, they are actually, like you say, the Dyson small ball comes with more tools than the light ball. But I think really they should come with spare sets of filters as well included, because they are quite expensive, and the issue is
you can buy the filters on the website.
People will go on eBay and they'll buy the Chinese ones, and then what will happen is engineer comes round and says, hang on a minute, you've got one of these budget, you know, non-genuine filters, very much like a SIBO. If you buy a SIBO and you haven't come round to if it stops working, and they find out you've got non-genuine bags in it, it invalidates the guarantee. So I think really, if you're going to spend that sort of money on a vacuum like the V11 and things like that, then you should get another filter with it. Not an extra tool, because I guarantee that if I was in the market of buying a new vacuum, if they did a V11 with 2 filters with it and one with 1 filter, I would have bought the one with the 2 on it, guaranteed. don't care about tools so much, because they generally, most tools you get with it are fine. Yeah, it's a quick update as well. I think there is a bit of a sale on with the V11 at the moment. You can buy the Absolute for £499. There is a couple of good deals on. You can get it from Curry's, and if you get it on credit, you get 5% cash back. So then that brings it back. So that brings it down to about, so what, 10% is what, £50. So you get £25 knocked off again. And then as well, if you get it directly from Dyson.com, they're giving away a choice of poles. So you get your blue pole, and then you got a choice of a pink one, a copper one, a red one, and I think, yeah, there's like a choice of 4. But the two colours that I would have gone for, which was the lighter grey and the darker grey, which I think would probably match it better, they're not available. So yeah, so that's a couple of insights with a couple of bargains around at the moment. I mean, it's not even Black Friday yet. In fact, the Dyson guy did give me a bit of an insight with the deal. He said there was a deal coming up on, he didn't say which machine it was. He said there was a deal coming up on one of the new cordlesses. Well, but that just went over my head. And looking at this week, obviously it's been raining, we've been looking around, and you know, you can buy some pretty, you know, but I think the Achilles heel with that new Dyson really is the cleaner head, really. But it is the same price, and then you've got a Dyson guarantee, which if your cleaner head breaks, you phone them up, they'll get you a new one. So yeah, so enjoyed doing the vintage week. So I'm gonna have to use this one a little bit longer. Make sure the filters are completely dry. Probably next month we'll have the heating on. It's not quite cool enough for the heating down south yet, so probably next time round it should be a lot easier. You stick them, like, I'll have them here. We are, like, say, we are doing the pumpkins. It's some of the pumpkins that Cole's grown in from school, and we're turning them from the green to the orange just by sticking them in the window. So hopefully by Halloween they'll be orange. So yeah, we are actually going to be doing 2 videos next week, so stay tuned. I'm only doing one this week because we got a special video, and then we'll have our usual one on the Saturday or the Sunday. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Really enjoyed using this vacuum. Cracking vacuum indeed. Like you say, it's a proper turbo power too. It's not these later ones. Yeah, it's a bit like the Pure Powers. The early Pure Powers were well built machines, and then you got to the 2000s and they just fall apart. You know, you can buy a Pure Power now, the white one, and if you get 6 months use out of it, you're lucky.
You can't buy the Pure Power anymore.
No, they discontinued it. You used to be able to get the white one, and within 6 months of use, literally what happens is the brush bars on it are made so cheap they just melt, because they're using very cheap stuff to actually use the vacuum. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. What do you say now, Kyle? Bye for now. Please subscribe to Vacuum Addict, and thanks for watching, and bye.